So let's try using Edge Impulse to train a neural network. And here I'm at the site Edge Impulse. One thing to be aware of, there's a forum. It's a good idea to open that. If you need to sign up, but I'm going to log in. And forum's pretty good. Lots of people talking there, and it looks like I'm already logged in. I'm going to pull down my name here, and I'm thinking at the bottom here, create new project. So let's give it a name I can remember, Portenta or ESP32. That should be pretty easy to remember. It's created the project, and let's switch over to my camera and let's select the project. Oh, even though I've created the project, looks like I got to select it. So there we go. That's interesting with the color going on there. Here's my Portenta. And I always work with this menu item up here. So we were on the dashboard. Let's just have a quick look at what the typical dashboard's going to show us at the moment. It's got devices, it's got data collected, it's got me, project info. That's interesting about the Cortex. I would train this for, well, the Nano 33 at the moment. Danger zone. So there's not much here yet. Excellent. So as I said, let's try to make this reasonably quick. Devices. Learn how to connect. No devices, connect a new device. Now I'm curious if this is, oh, good. Use your mobile phone, show QR code. Well, this is interesting because right there it says this URL. So I'm going to copy that because I don't want to use my cell phone. I want to use this computer. So let's paste that URL it gave me. And so I'm now connected. Let's get back to devices, connected device. It's listing it as a phone. Awesome. And let's get back to those three little things. Data acquisition. Did you know? Let's go see what we've got here. Device label. Well, we are going to work with the Portenta or the ESP32. Mine's a Node MCU-32S, and this is the Portenta H. So let's just give it the label Portenta H7. Whoa, what happened? Portenta H7, and we are doing the camera. Frequency, sample length, that's interesting because I don't really want tons of time, but maybe that's not a bad way to do it. No, I'm thinking I just want individual pictures. So a second is probably, whoa, what did I do? Okay. Looks like I can't change that. Let's just go see. It says start sampling. Perhaps I should have started my, oh well, 10-second length. Start sampling. I think I should go to this to start the sampling. Collect images. And I'll pause the video because I'm going to do a whole bunch of images. It looks like we're locked. Give access to the camera. Allow access. And, ooh, gave it to the wrong camera. How do I switch cameras? Okay, that might be a problem. Let me pause. Okay, well, that wasn't what I was expecting, but here we go. Portenta H7. And let's get this ready to take pictures. I just need to see that part at the end. I think I'm going to full screen it. And as long as I can see that, Okay, so I'm going to take a whole ton of pictures and I'll pause the thing. You guys don't need to see this, but there's my Portenta and I'm taking pictures and we're trying to put these. I'm noticing the light's not so good, so I'll do a whole bunch more of those, and I'll do the same thing with the ESP32. So if you look down here, I've done 78 pictures so far. So let's get the ESP in there and try to get my fingers out of the way. And I'm going to pause while I do a whole bunch of those. So what if, like me, you enter all those things and then you forget, there it is, there's my ESP32, but I accidentally labeled it Portenta H7. So I just come in here and switch it, and there you go. This is part of the reason Edge Impulse is so incredible, is everything's right there. So we were data acquisition, back to collecting things. Probably would have been a good idea to label this properly. Yeah, I'm going to collect a few more. No, I'm going to switch to unknown. So now, you always pretty much have to have an unknown. So unknown, first set of unknowns would probably just be the blank screen. How do I get this so I can see my... And don't forget, it tells you how many pictures you've taken. So there's my unknown. Take a couple of the blank screen. Probably, since I was using a little thing to hold them, good idea to take a couple of these. Now I've noticed that a few of my pictures are not terribly clear. That would be probably a good idea to go through and extract some of those ones. But here we go. And then a few like weird unknowns, probably good to get. And a few hands in there. Maybe a bit of a face. And maybe some random stuff. This is actually kind of cool because it's sort of similar shape. I should actually put it on the little clear thing. Okay, so I got 45 images there. Let's just get some other. Just so it has stuff to compare it to. I could take lots of pictures. Probably would be smart to take pictures of other boards, but I'm just going with this at the moment. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's go back. So data collection's done. I'm back to Edge Impulse. I typically always go up. Just lost. Oh, here it's pulled up on the other side. So we've got data acquisition. So impulse design. Let's see what we've got here. Image width. We're at 9696. I know, I think my camera is 160 by 120, but it's not going to like it not being square. I'm going to go 120 by 120. Okay, and I don't know which squash unit to use. Add a processing block. Now here, I'm just going to add the one that's been starred. I'm not really going to think through this terribly much. Add transfer image, once again, one that's been starred. And we have three. We have the ESP32, the Portenta, and unknown. So we're going to save that impulse. It looks like it worked properly. Let's go to images. And this is a little confusing. There's the parameters, but we want to go to general features. And we want to generate the general features. Okay, and this will take a bit of time. What am I looking for? So it's going through the pictures. and seeing if it can extract anything of use. I'm just trying to figure out how I tell when it's over. I'm assuming I have done this before. I might just pause it. I like these things to be reasonably quick. Oh, there we go. Job complete. So now we go to transfer learning. Now I may actually pause it on transfer learning. Oh, before I went on the image, back to the image, I think on generate features, it gives you a little diagram. Did I lose it all? There we go. And so it tells you blue is the ESP32, orange is a Potenta, and green is unknown. I was trying to separate them, and I might need more images because it doesn't really look like it's separating them that well. It'll be interesting to see the final results. So transfer learning, and I think I'll pause it on this because it probably will take a while. Everything looks like it's set up properly. Number of training cycles, we could do more. Learning rate, we could change that. It's using MobiNet. Final layer, 16 neurons. So let's start and I'll pause. Let's just see if there's anything that comes up quickly. Sure, it's job started. And that's what it's going to do for a while. So let's pause this. Now, here we go. So this is the kind of results you get. It didn't take that long, took maybe 5 minutes. But this is the interesting part, still saving model. And so let's go back to the dashboard and see if the dashboard's changed. So here we are. It looks like it's got a bunch of information there, but this is the interesting part. We have a file that could be downloaded of the training data, the training labels. That should be a very small file. I don't know what NPY stands for. Transfer learning. So here we are, some models. This is a TensorFlow save model. So that's in probably .pb extension. It looks like it's zipped. Here's quantisized with float 32 input outputs. I find those very interesting. This is int8 quantized, so this was int8. This seems like the ideal model once you're needing to reduce size, and reduce size is going to be huge when we start putting these things on microcontrollers, which I'm not doing today. I'm just trying to test the thing out. Let's have a look at live classification, and I'm not really expecting it to be great today. But let's see, start sampling. I did close out to show this video. I closed out the video I had. I'm going to take this video off and see if I can get back in. Let me pause stuff. Okay, so I'm back in here and it loaded up again just from the URL I gave it, which was nice. I'm gonna switch to classification mode and okay, so it's building the project. Remember, I have my ESP32 and my Portenta. It'd be kind of cool if I get these on those machines because then they're kind of self-aware. They can identify themselves. But I got a few hoops to jump through with that because I got to get cameras working on these things. So give access. And this is in classification mode. And remember, we have 3 options. We have Portenta, we have ESP32, and we have unknown. So let's just see where it does this answers. So here we are in the bottom here. It's quite hard to see simply because of the amount my web page is zoomed. 0 ESP32, 0 Portenta, unknown is 1. 1 meaning like 100%. Okay. So let's get out of the way, see what it does. Same kind. Oh, okay. Little bit. So a 2% chance it's Portenta, but 98% chance it's unknown. Let's show the paintbrush. 99% chance. Now, reminder, not expecting it to be great, but let's see what we've got. Ooh. So I need to get back to the training, and this is machine learning. That it's a bit of an art. Let's try this one. So we're slightly better on the portenta. Definitely, it's not unknown, but it's kind of splitting things and not perfectly. So let's get more light on this. See what we've got. There's 85% and 93%. So as far as the portenta, it is after, yeah, different shades, different positions seem to be better. There's 84%. And then back to the ESP32, which was strangely, oh, there we got 80%. And these analyses could be really quick. So when you actually have the thing on the computer, it could be analyzing this probably every half second. And the second it gets an over 80% match, that's been identified. So what we're doing is just showing that this can be done fairly easy by high school kids. I've done this kind of thing from scratch with making the images into basically text or binary files and sending those into the machine learning neural network, into the model and training the model. And this is just loading a bunch of pictures. Like one of my grade 9s said, this is like what you teach, Mr. Ellis, but really easy. So there's a little run through of Edge Impulse. You can do this on your cell phone. Like this first results here, it's a bit of an art, and some people are better at the training. As I said, my images might have been a little fuzzy. Once you start getting more objects that you're identifying, things might get better, things might get worse. So there's a starting with machine learning.